Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How's everyone doing? Alhamdulillah, just got back from NYC. My youngest sister graduated from college. Blessing. Was so happy to be a part of that celebration. So happy for her. I'm back in Ohio. It's nice and sunny out here. It's not too hot. Got some nice breeze. We did have a couple of stormy days, but alhamdulillah, we need the rain, sustain life on earth, like I always say. So I kind of just want to get on to the topic today, which is surrounding the awakening that's been going on for some time all over social media, which just makes sense with everything that's going on, and meaning the awakening health, making better choices, being more mindful and what we consume, when we consume it, which is going to be on the topic of intermittent fasting. Quite interesting. I've been learning a lot about intermittent fasting. It's wonderful benefits, but as Muslims, we fast in the month of Ramadan. As we know, fast for 30 days, restrict ourselves from foods from sunrise to sunset. So of course, the spiritual connection with God, with self-reflection, being empathetic for those that are less fortunate, kind of understanding what that entails. So I just want to just talk about this fasting and its wonderful benefits. It's just beautiful, and to know that we already practice this already as Muslims is even more better. And it just makes you have more gratitude in understanding that God knows best for us. And I just make the connection with everything I've been learning and seeing how fasting actually heals the body from inside out is astronomical. But what I want to actually talk about is how it benefits us in many ways. Like, for instance, I work as a nurse. I have patients that have type 2 diabetes, and learn how fasting can actually lower their blood sugar and decrease insulin resistance without medications. But for sure, everybody's body reacts differently. And I believe that when it comes to fasting, if it's not something you're used to doing at all, you should definitely seek medical attention first. Not medical attention, but medical advice as far as going that route. Because as a diabetic, if you don't eat for a certain amount of time, depending on what we call your hemoglobin A1C level, and like how chronic of a diabetic you are, your blood sugar can drop very severely, and you go into a hypoglycemic state, which is not a good thing. So I wouldn't really advise that for somebody that's a diabetic. I would say seek medical advice first and see if that's something that will be befitting for you. And then it's just also about other elements, how fasting is beneficial to reducing inflammation in the body. So those with heart disease, there's different type of heart diseases. So it does reduce inflammation in the body. And those folks with arthritis, you get that flare up, pain in your joints, can be debilitating and affects mobility. So it does decrease inflammation. Also cancer, yes, cancer. Do some research on that. That one was quite interesting. And also digestive issues that people may have. I know Crohn's disease, it does decrease inflammation. So just different interesting elements about fasting. So that's one area, how it improves brain function. And if we don't know, there's a nerve that goes from the brain, terminates into the stomach, which is the vagus nerve. So as we know, eating proper foods alone already does help with brain cognition. It does help with that. And there's a method that's also used with intermittent fasting, a rule which is like you eat for like 8 hours, fast for 16 hours. So you eat between like 12 to 8 p.m. You eat whatever you want, hopefully good foods, nutritionally dense foods, and then you do the same thing the next day. Some people do it for 36 hours, 48 hours. I mean, as much as you can tolerate. But I remember going back to fasting the month of Ramadan, where I would hear, this is funny, people would say, so you don't eat and drink for 30 days, not even chew gum? I'm like, nope, nothing. I don't eat nothing at all. So how you survive? I don't know, you tell me. I have yet to see somebody not eat or drink for 30 days and survive that. Well, God knows best. You know, miracles happen, but with that, I don't know. But yeah, of course, we do eat. It's just a time restriction. It's just like, it's the same thing as intermittent fasting. So if you can do intermittent fasting, I'm sure you can fast. And I've had people who've tried it and they're like, oh, it's not that bad. And they notice the difference too. So, yeah, I just want to share that. And I just wanted to also mention there's a terminology called autophagy. And that is where depriving, I'm just going to read from here, depriving the body of energy sources triggers cells to consume their own waste for fuel. Autophagy, which typically begins to increase during 16 to 24 hours of fasting and peaks around 72 hours. So basically what autophagy is, it's kind of like your body is recycling waste. Like, you know, when your garbage get full and you eventually throw it out, your body is disposing of waste. And when you don't eat for a certain period of time, your body is looking for a place to fuel energy from. So it's going to go into the stored fats into your body, that's in your body, which in a sense it's good for women like us that are on our weight loss journey and trying to burn fat, which one of the worst fats you want to have is the one that surrounds your midsection, as most mothers may know, which is called visceral fat. That's actually one of the worst fats in the body, stored in the body. And intermittent fasting helps to get rid of that fat. And I'm like, well, over time, coupled with exercising and eating the right foods. So I'm like, this is interesting. You know, when you go through this journey, learning about it gives you even more encouragement. It's like, oh wow, this is good. But yes, I just wanted to share that. And then also, sisters have been reaching out to me about my website. So a couple of years back, I had a website I was making natural products like for skin and hair. And now I incorporated herbs because I've been reading a lot about herbs and its benefits with consumption, the body in general. So that's in the making. It's coming out soon. And herbs for detoxification, which we should be detoxifying our body at least once a year or twice a year. Another video about that coming soon. So be on the lookout, ladies. That's coming out soon, inshallah. But yeah, so I just wanted to share that and keep it short. This video is going to 10 minutes. That's too long. But you guys stay blessed. Till next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.